2-second chuckle. Unbelievable. Do you want to give me like an example?
Okay, like, yeah.
Okay, everyone's turn. Ready? Evil laugh in 1, 2, 3. That was awesome. Yes.
Face from the side at about 60 miles an hour.
Behind the face, from the side, at about 60 miles an hour. Okay, do you want to give us a sample? She's gonna fight him. I'll get some person next to you. 60 mile an hour pie in 1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay, I have a good one. I worked on a movie, so I do a lot of different kinds of voice acting. One thing that I do is called Walla. Does anyone know what Walla is?
Yeah. With all actors.
With all actors.
I've never heard it called that, but yes,
Like
it's
a bunch of people.
It's like a group recording. Yeah, exactly. So what we do is we try to recreate different background sounds. So like, if we're quiet for a second, that noise of the owl and the convention outside, that's what it should sound like if we're at a convention. It sounds like we're really at a con. But if we were recording this right now, we might not be able to pick up the audio of the background, so they bring in actors to recreate that. So I did Walla for a movie called Warm Bodies. Have you guys seen it? So here's what I did for about 8 hours, multiple days in a row. Your turn, zombies. Ready? Just like the roaming zombie sort of sound. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's scary.
It always sounds so good when it's an audience doing it. There's no way you can just fake that. It just sounds real when more people are doing it. Now be like mean zombies. So like Walking Dead style, angry, like coming at you like. And that's actually, when we were working on Warm Bodies, we do something called bits also. And that's where you can see a character on the screen and you're replacing their audio. So the first day we went in, we made the zombies too mean. So we had to make them nicer zombies the next day. So I want to hear the mean version of these zombies. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There was another one over here.
Really bad.
Did you have a suggestion?
At first I was going to say maybe smooth, trying to sound smooth or something, trying to sound
suggested kind of smooth? Like, do you have a sample of what that would, or a situation of what you're trying to create? Let's,
Honestly.
yeah, give me like finger guns, yeah. Give me like a, and a, ready? 1, 2, 3.
How many times did that work?
Yes?
2 out of every 8. Like, you just realized something?
What did you just realize?
Like, that...
Because that affects it, because it could be like, you realize something good, or you realize something bad, or something weird.
You realize that your long-lost sister is actually alive.
Oh, your long-lost sister is actually alive. Do you like your long-lost sister?
No. Like, your long-lost sister, she was like your best friend when you guys were growing growing up.
Okay.
But like, she disappeared. Like somebody took her, but then he realized like, oh my God, she's here. Like she's alive.
I'm getting really into this story now. You want to give us a sample? No, I love that. Awesome. Your long lost sister is alive. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So, because it's my first panel today, I'll keep taking suggestions for people to do, for the whole crowd to do, but I'll also take questions if you guys want to chat about something. Whether it's voice acting or efforts and reactions or whatever you want to talk about. Yes?
I want everyone to sound like they're trying to poop.
Why did it take so long for someone to suggest that? Now wait a second, because I'm about to ask you for backstory. Now, are you having a good time at this? Like, are you eating the right diet? No.
This is like after all the comments.
Dehydrated shit.
Like,
I hope you're not talking from experience.
the key word was I said trying.
Trying.
You're long. So not longer. Just ugly sounding.
Well, good luck.
One too many knives.
Ready?
Oh, I got it.
1, 2, 3.
We're done. Okay. Let's do it.
You guys literally gave both.
I've never had one of those when you woke up before. That does me sometimes.
Yeah.
Heard like a baby moose.
Oh my god.
Everything.
So we're just punching in for after what you guys just did. That means we're gonna come in after the sound you just made, and I want to hear the post of that. The relief when you just didn't burn. Ready? 1, 2, 3. He literally slow claps.
Just on the
Okay, I got one. I want you to imagine you're walking down the street and you hit your shin on something. Oh, yes. And you go, Ready? 1, 2, 3.
They have a band-aid for it.
Yes, Florida.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You're walking around the house and you step on a Lego, but you
Okay, I've experienced this one. 3 a.m., you're walking around the house and you step on a Lego, but you don't want to wake anyone up.
I'm doing it anyway.
Good luck.
They left the Lego down.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ow! That really hurt really bad. I hope no one heard that.
You can't use words.
I'm suggesting
Let's go 1 and then 2. Yes.
This is a question.
Yes.
In the episode Prime Queen and Reckless Season 2, did you make the purring noise for Cat Water? And how did you do it if you did?
So I'm trying to remember because we record this stuff really quickly. but if Cat Noir purred, I probably made the noise. And it might have sounded something like this. I mean, this is probably my best cat purr, like a... Is that close to it, or was it a weird purr? Yeah? Sweet, it was me. The microphone. Sometimes they touch you up. Like, sometimes they clean it up and add other effects or like try to put your voice up. So like one example for Miraculous where they had to help me out was during the Christmas special. I sang all the songs for Cat Noir. I'm not a trained singer, so I practiced a lot with my mom before I went in. And then they auto-tuned me and it sounded really good. But I'm happy they did that. But yeah, most of the time we try to do our own sound effects. So, but the microphones are really good at picking up sort of quiet sounds. They literally pick up everything you do in the booth. So yeah, here's me. There's another one over here, yes?
What was the most fun you've ever had doing some kind of sound effect or voice?
So, at this convention called Anime Expo.
Never heard of it.
Some little con in Los Angeles.
So small.
We had a panel on Sword Art Online 2. And at the end of this panel, they showed some bloopers from the show. Were you there? Or you saw this?
I saw it.
You saw it, okay. So, because you've seen this, you can verify what I'm saying. I said the most disgusting things I could say in the booth. And they played them to about 2,000 people. And this is great, there were people in the audience recording, so it's actually up on YouTube, but I say terrible things, so don't go look it up. I'll look at that after the panel. Definitely, like, don't even, like, Google what I said, or Urban Dictionary, those things. Urban Dictionary. So, I did some really, really crude ones, and like 80% of the bloopers were me. So that was probably the most fun in the booth. Another time, and this wasn't as much in the like, it was fun when it was happening, but looking back now, it was really funny. So when I was working on Attack on Titan Season 1, who's seen Attack on Titan, by the way?
Never.
Who's never seen any of Attack on Titan? Okay. I'm gonna try not to spoil this lighthearted show for you. It's really funny. So there's this moment where a pole goes through Aaron's shoulder, and instead of pulling the pole out this way, he goes the other direction, and he lets out this big, giant, nasty scream. So we get to that point, and the director, Mike McFarlane's like, hey, it's about lunch, let's take a break and go grab some food. So I'm from Los Angeles, and they say things are bigger in Texas. So we go to this place called Mooyah Burger. Do you guys have Mooyah Burger here?
In Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mooyah Burger, big giant burgers, and they have amazing sweet potato fries. I'm a fan of sweet potato fries. So I order the large sweet potato fries, which comes out on a giant tray. It is a mountain of sweet potato fries. I looked after, it was for 4 people. So Mike and I share the sweet potato fries. I finish my burger and the mountain of sweet potato fries and get back to the studio like, oh, that was good. And then this giant scream is up next. So here's what it sounded like.
Probably.
Beep, beep, beep. And then I look over and Mike is behind soundproof glass just dying of laughter. So he comes on. Let's try it again. Beep, beep, beep. I physically couldn't get enough oxygen in my body to scream like Aaron Yeager. So I learned that day a very important lesson. Do not eat a mountain of sweet potato fries if you want to scream like Aaron Yeager. Came back the next day, got it done when the sweet potato fries were digested. Yeah, good times. Over here, yeah.
So you keep telling people not to pass out here. Have you or anyone you know of passed out in the booth?
I've definitely heard of people passing out or getting very close to passing out. in recording some of Sword Art Online, what we would do is we would save the last 15 minutes of every session just to scream. When I was a huge fan of the show, I watched it all in Japanese, and when Mr. Matsuoka, the Japanese actor for Kirito, screams, you like get chills. Like he just hits this pitch, and it's really, really amazing. And we wanted to capture that same feeling, so we would just scream a ton until we got it right. So there's moments when I was recording Sword Art, like, especially he's like in the fairy arc, like flying up towards this exit at one point, and there's these big giant long screams. Like, I had that moment where darkness is starting to come in. Like, so does anyone do martial arts here? Does anyone do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? One person, awesome. So Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is submission grappling. It's a really awesome martial art, and there's a technique called a rear naked choke, where basically you can get choked out very quickly. And when you get put in this choke, and I know because I've practiced some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I used to train actually with Johnny Young Bosch. Do you guys know that guy? So here's how I'd start my day when I was training. I'd wake up really early before the sun got up, drive into the gym, and get choked out by a Power Ranger, and then start my day. Good way to start your day. So when you get choked, it's like darkness is just folding in, and you know it's not going to end well. So I felt that. Actually, I like touched the ground at one point. Like I started to go down. But I talked to Mr. Matsuoka about his screams, and he actually screamed so loud that he got nosebleeds. Wow. And he told me that right before I went to record those scenes. So that's what I was growing up against. Yeah, but I've never gone all the way out. Yes?
Okay, so I can't really make this a repeated question, but do you ever lose motivation while you're voice acting, and how do you keep yourself afloat?
So the question was, do you lose motivation when voice acting? So when I'm in the booth, or when just in general in your career?
Like you've been doing it for so long, you just don't feel like you can do it anymore. You enjoy it, you just don't.
Yeah, I think like, I've never personally hit that moment. So to give you guys a good idea of what voice actors go through, I tell people if you book 1 out of 100 auditions, you're doing extremely well. There's a ton of other really great guests here, and I constantly compete against them. And they can only choose one person for each role. So it's really, really difficult to get these roles. So I feel very appreciative when I'm cast. And I've been really, really lucky. I feel like I've won the anime lotto time and time again with some of the roles I've been cast as. So when I get that message that I'm going to go in and work on a show, I just get this adrenaline rush. Usually I listen to the opening theme song like 100 times on repeat. So like that's how I know I'm doing the right thing. Because it's really incredible, like all the hard work, the real work is auditioning. And, you know, going through all those auditions time and time again, just kind of not receiving any sort of feedback. It's almost like shooting darts at a dartboard blindfolded. And when you hit the bullseye, it's just super exciting. So I'm still in that sort of level in my career. It's not like the roles are just handed to me. I'm constantly competing for everything I'm casting. So yeah, I feel like my motivation is still there. But I can see how it can beat you down and be really tough, and that's probably the most difficult thing about voice acting is the auditioning and is the level of competition. So for me, I know that if I have a goal and I'm driven enough to do something, I'm going to be tenacious and just work towards it until I get there. So I think that's what it really takes, especially in this industry or whatever industry you want to succeed in. Okay, so I have time for one more question. Yes?
For Attack on Titan and Aaron's Titan form, the screeching voice, screeching roar type voice, is that all you, or did they have to go in and edit?
So I'll try to do this without spoiling it for the people back there who haven't seen Attack on Titan. So I play Aaron, itty bitty Aaron, I play angsty teenage Aaron, and then I play Aaron when he's a little bit larger. And yes, that is all me. So in the Japanese, there's like this deeper sort of sound that Aaron makes, and in the English version, it's like this high-pitched, banshee-ish type sound. And Mike McFarlane, the director, made a conscious decision to do that because he didn't want that sound to conflict with the footsteps of the Titans hitting your subwoofers. So he went the opposite direction. So what I would do is scream a ton of times to the exact length of those roars, and then the engineers would adjust it. But it's all me. And there's moments where Aaron's in this bigger form, where he's almost making these like gorilla-like sounds, so like he's like, it's all me. So yeah, you don't always get the opportunity to do that, and it was really, really fun. Yeah, I was a fan of Attack on Titan before I got cast as Aaron. I would have been happy playing dude who gets stepped on by Titans. And actually, Attack on Titan was my very first audition for Funimation. I read for Armin, Aaron, and Levi, and I got really lucky to even get the audition. My buddy Patrick Seitz, I was talking to him about Attack on Titan at a convention, and he got the audition, and he reached out to Mike, and he's like, hey, my buddy would love to read for you if that's okay, and Mike's like, yeah, have him send in an audition. So I went out and bought soundproofing for my booth at home so my neighbors wouldn't call the cops on me. And something just must have come through in that audition for Mike to hear it and say, that's the guy I want to play Aaron. And I got the call from him about 2 weeks later, and it kind of went like this. Hey, Bryce, this is Mike McFarlane from Funimation. I heard your auditions and I loved what I heard. I'd like you to come in and play Aaron if you're interested. And I'm like, oh, hey, Mike, yeah, that sounds great. Look forward to working with you. All right, talk to you soon. Bye. Yes! Oh my God! This is so cool! So I got to fanboy out and then listen to the opening song, the Yay, God! Like 100 times. So yeah, I still am so excited about season 3 coming out this summer. It's gonna be good. So thank you guys. This was really fun. Great job. Tomorrow, we have a Sword Art Online panel, an Attack on Titan panel tomorrow, and then I have a couple of autograph sessions. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great time at ASEN, and see you guys later.